Are you trying to come up with the perfect name for your podcast? In today's episode, I'm going to give you some of the keys to an awesome name. Hey, by the way, if you're struggling and really want to level up your podcast game quick, hit the link below. Go to marksavantmedia.com. I've got a free guide just for you so you can grow an amazing podcast as quickly as possible. It's like, listen, this is like 20 pages worth of valuable content. Go check it out right now. Awesome. So let's talk about picking the perfect name for you. Above all, the key to an amazing podcast name is clarity. A lot of new podcasters are going to try to be very clever with their name, but clarity is king. You have to think of your podcast as something that maybe nobody's ever seen or heard about before, but maybe they come across it while they're browsing iTunes or somebody shares it on their LinkedIn or Facebook feed. You want to make sure that people that see your icon, that read your name, almost immediately know what your show is about. My show, After Hours Entrepreneur, it's all about entrepreneurship. It's about side hustling. It's about putting that after hours effort to grow your business. What is your perfect name going to look like? What's going to really resonate with your listeners? You also would like to have a name that is memorable. Memorable is really important. You want people to have it jot in their brain and be thinking about it for hours or days later. After Hours Entrepreneur, I think, is pretty memorable. Entrepreneurs on Fire, another really popular name. Millionaire Interviews. You start to see these very popular shows and you can see this common theme. Memorable and very clear as to what the value proposition is. You'll also notice millionaire, entrepreneur, business. These are using keywords. Keywords are really important too. Just as an example, if I'm going to Spotify and I want to listen to a show about cooking, I might type in cooking. And I'm going to search for podcasts that resonate with me, that are clear. If you can add clever, that's great, but it's clear, it's memorable, it's searchable. So the perfect name is not only going to be clear, but it's going to be searchable. It's going to have a keyword that's searchable. In a few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about how you can find a very searchable name. But let's keep going into what comprises an awesome podcast name. Psst, by the way, if you're enjoying this episode, if you're enjoying this video, smash the like button. Smash it right now and leave your comment below. What's the name that you're thinking about using? I want to know. You want your name to be emotional. You want an emotional name. You want to evoke an emotion. And this kind of plays off the previous tips of being memorable. You really would love to have a name that's emotional because that's what really marketing is all about. Marketing is about invoking an emotion and either saying, hey, this is why you're scared or fearful or why you have a problem, and this is how I can fix it, right? So being memorable and invoking an emotion and using keywords, these are all going to be really important to make sure you have a great show name. Also keep in mind the actual length of your name. The average podcast name is 16 characters long. The mean is about 24 characters long. So listen, it doesn't need to be like super short. Like if your name is 30 characters long, that's okay. I think you really want to shoot for a name that's less than 25 characters, preferably less than 25 characters. So you might consider, how can I remove words like the, of, with? Trying to remove those types of words can be beneficial to your name. That's something that I've done personally as well. So try removing these kind of filler words. Try to keep it under 25 characters. I think for me, the perfect name, again, just to kind of recap, is going to be extremely clear. Clever is good, but clarity is the key. You're going to be extremely clear. You want to be memorable. You're going to be less than 25 characters. You want it to evoke emotion, and you want to use searchable keywords. Those are going to be all the facets of a great name. A common mistake, and something you might notice that I didn't include in this top list, is your personal name. This is something a lot of people do. The John Smith Show, the Jane Smith Show. Like the problem, and that's not necessarily a bad thing to use your personal name, but the problem with using your personal name in your podcast name is ain't nobody searching for you. I'm sorry. I love you. Thanks for watching, but nobody's searching for Mark Savant, right? So it's not searchable. It's not clear as to what the show is about. So you really want to avoid using your personal name, or maybe throw your name on at the very end of the name. Your personal name is just not going to have a big draw to it. It's not memorable. It doesn't check off these other boxes. Don't solely rely on your name. Now, Oprah, if you're watching, you can use your own name because people will be searching for you. If you're a public figure like a politician or a well-known actor, celebrity, well, then you might use your name because people will search for you. But if you're an average person like myself, you don't really want to lean on your personal name to draw eyeballs to your show. All right, cool. So we've talked about all the characteristics of an amazing name. You're on your way. But if you're anything like me, you're struggling, you're clawing, you're trying to find that perfect name and you're just having so much trouble. It's just elusive, right? One of the things that I would recommend is just start getting out a pen and paper and just start writing, okay? Now, as you're writing, there's gonna be some words, there's gonna be some names that kind of stick out. Keep going down that list. Once you've found some names that sound good, make sure that you go to social media and make sure that those names are clear. You wanna make sure that you can lock in that name on multiple platforms. You will definitely want to do some keyword research. Go to a thesaurus, go to Google AdWords and Google keyword searches. What are people typing into Google? You can use a tool like vidIQ on YouTube. What is the volume? How often are people typing in the word entrepreneur? So for example, entrepreneur, super popular name. You might want to avoid that in your case, right? But you might want to also avoid names that are extremely niche. So find keywords that are being searched for a lot, but maybe not in the billions. That would probably be my pro tip for doing your keyword search. Now, the other thing that you're gonna find is it's gonna be really hard for you to check off all these boxes. And one of the things that can happen, at least what happened to me in choosing my name after I was an entrepreneur, is I would sit in my room and I would just write down and I would look at keywords and I would do searches and I just spent hours, days, actually months coming up with my name. But what I would encourage you to do if you feel like you're stuck and you can't figure out your name is get outside of your normal routine. Go on a jog, start going on car rides in a different way. Just break out of your routine. Try to get out of that same mindset. Sometimes when you can get your brain out of its standard area, you can start to innovate and think about things in a different way. I would also encourage you to talk to people about your names. Start explaining your show. When I had my aha moment, I was taking a car ride with my wife and I was just explaining to her what my show is about. And I was kind of going on and on. If you're new to podcasting, if you're new to brand building, you know this is a common problem that someone asks you what you do and you have to give them 3 paragraphs. But as you're giving them that paragraph explanation, you're gonna be getting closer and closer to that aha moment where you're gonna find the perfect name. And last but not least, my pro tip to you would be, listen, you can change your name. Don't put off your show for months or years as you wait for the perfect name to fall in your lap. You don't have to have the perfect name. You can always change it, okay? Relaunching is a thing. So I would encourage you to follow these steps to keep working towards that perfect name. Find something, lock it in across social media, and then go all in on that name. And if it doesn't work out, if you want to shift in the future, you can always change it. It's not a problem. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button. Leave a comment below. What's your favorite name? What did I miss? What's something that you think is an important aspect of an amazing podcast name? Smash like, put it below, and I will catch you here next time on Mark Savant Media. Happy podcasting. Peace.